What is going on, guys? This is Ben here, bringing another Brawl Stars video. Hopefully you are excited for this one, as I am. Today, we are going to be ranking every single brawler in the game. There has been a lot of changes since the last time I did this video. There was, I think, a new brawler. You may have heard of him, Gene. And then we also have had a balance change since the last time I've done this. And a lot of the maps, too, they change up the style, like, especially on, like, the heist maps, too. The metas are a little bit different on those. So, a lot of changes. And the way I'm going to rank these is basically I'm going to look at everything. I'm going to look at how dominant a brawler is in one game mode, or how dominant a brawler is basically in multiple game modes, like how versatile that brawler is. And I'm going to go off of like their star powers as well, like assuming that you have the star power. Now, if you don't have the star power, maybe adjust the ranking a little bit, but these are just my opinions here. I'm around all my brawlers are at like 500 trophies, so I'm around like 11,000 something trophies right now. So this is kind of like the meta where I'm at. Depending on your trophy range, the metas might be different, so this ranking might be a little bit different for you for the brawlers that you're facing all the time. But I want to keep this video around 15 minutes, so I don't want it to be super long. So let's get into this. Definitely leave if you guys like the ranking videos or the strategy videos and everything, and subscribe for more. So without further ado, number 23. We're going from worst to first. It has to be. I'm really sad to say this. I'm really sad to say this. It is the first legendary brawler already, and it is Crow. The Crow is just not really in the greatest of spots right now. He's mainly played on like he's mainly played in Showdown and stuff. Like Showdown he's really good in, Duo Showdown he's really good. You can try him out in the heist. You can try him. He's pretty okay in bounty too, but majority of the time it's just like he has really low HP. It takes him forever to get his super, and he's more of just like a pest brawler. He's not really one that's just over dominating. So I think something needs to be changed with Crow, especially for the legendary status that he is. Now, number 22 is one of my personal favorite brawlers. It's Frank. So Frank, he's okay in Brawl Ball. Showdowns, that stun can seem like nasty, and gem grab he's okay on some of the maps like Bone Box and all that, the one that has like the grass lanes on the side and like the one where it has the middle. But aside from that, he's very easy to play around, and with the addition of another brawler that can knock him out of his super with Gene, I feel like there's just so many counters to him at the moment, and especially like higher tier metas and stuff where Frank is just the thing with Frank is his wind up on his attack. Like, it's so slow, you can walk out of it, you can get dodged by it, but now if you have a clutch stun and you can land the stun, it's devastating. But as stated, there's so many ways to stun him out of that now, and it's sometimes tough to even get brawlers in a close enough range to deal damage. So Frank is good if you can land the super and land your attacks, but a lot of time at the higher trophies, people can easily play around that. So that's why we have him at number 22. And 21, sad to say this, but it is deserving, we have Piper. Piper is literally a one-trick pony right now. It is mainly, she's a bounty person. She is very good in bounty, but you bring her into other games, not so much. There's maybe other specific maps that you can test her out on in gem grab. And heist, there's that one with the really long lanes that you can play her on too. I forget the name of it, but majority you stick to her with bounty, and for that reason she's only like a one-trick pony mainly. Now, number 20, I don't know. This one was tricky. It's Bo. This one was tricky because they changed him up. His star power is reduced, which is good. They gave him more damage on his shots, which is good. But a lot of times you have to play him, like say for a gem grab, you want to play him as that laner brawler. But a lot of times there's just better options. So it's nice that he's better than what he was, because before he was the worst brawler, unless you had that star power and had that crazy 6 range and you could play him on like Snake Prairie and dominate. But now his star power isn't as dominant. There's a lot of times where, like even in the Showdown, it's nice too, like Cavern Churn and even Feast or Famine, like he just can't see everyone. So the reduction of the 2 tiles is nice. He's better overall on a lot of the other game modes. You can still, you have a better chance now to play him on more bounty maps. Gem grab, you can play him as that gem carrier, and even in Showdown he's a lot better too. This one was difficult too. It's Colt. The reason why I thought of this, I wanted to put him higher, is because I was playing a lot of Showdown recently, and Colt is actually very good in Showdown and in Duo Showdown. He's okay in bounty, and he is okay in Brawl Ball. I think actually he's pretty decent in Brawl Ball, and then you can try him in on the heist too. I really did. I really wanted to put Colt higher. But with him, it's so hard to hit your shots. He's a high skill cap brawler. And if you're not, like, his shots deal a ton of damage now since his last buff, but it's hard. It's hard to hit him, so that's why he lands at 19. Number 18, Bull here. We got the football bull, or the touchdown bull. Bull is very strong. He was a lot higher on my last list. That was more for the fact that I think I was more catering to like newer players that were just starting at Brawl Stars. This is more towards the high trophy ranking here. And Bull is strong. He does the most damage up close. He melts everyone up close. But I think everyone now understands, or a lot more people understand than what they did, that Bull likes to camp in bushes. Bull is going to be chilling. He's going to try and get close to you. And once you learn to play around him, like keep your distance, don't just blindly face check bushes, he really falls off pretty hard. Number 17, we have Dynamite. It's kind of the same thing. He was amazing in Heist. He was like a must have pretty much in every single map, a staple. With kind of like the changing meta to that, we dropped him a little bit. And then it's nice that he still does a ton of damage and he can be played in Showdown. But I guess the reason why also Dyna has fallen pretty far, it's because another brawler that shot up the ranking, which was Mortis, and he's a direct counter to him. So that's why we have him kind of chilling this kind of low. He's okay. I just think he's another one of those that's a little bit higher skill cap, and that's why we put someone else a little bit higher. That's the other thrower. So number 16 here, we have Primo. He's a little bit higher than Bull because I feel like he's a little bit more versatile and just better in some scenarios. Like gem grab maps, where there's a lot of grass and everything, he's pretty solid. He can be very devastating on that. Brawl ball, he is still very good. And Showdowns, he's pretty annoying sometimes too. So that's why we put him a little bit higher up. I feel like he has more options. He's more versatile when you want to play him and what you can play him in on the maps. There's more maps that cater to him better, I feel like. But I feel like still he's pretty solid once you know, like, he's pretty easy to play around, I guess. That's why he's kind of still in the lower tier. Number 15, this one is Shelly. The reason why I have Shelly here, she's okay on some gem grab maps. She's not really good in Heist. She's really good in Brawl Ball. She's not really good in Bounty. But the Showdowns, look out for her. And the reason that she is here because her range, like, she has such long range as a Shelly. She is so easy to play, and the one nice thing about her is you can basically kill anyone as long as you have your super. It doesn't matter, like, say there's a 14 power cube Bull, a 1 power cube Shelly, you can just super stack and take him out. It's crazy. That was on Twitter. I forget who shared that, but Shelly is just like, once you have your super, you're scary. You are super scary. And this is like more saying towards Showdown or whatever, where you can just kill every brawler as long as you get that super, and it's just really nasty. Now, gem grab too, like the bone box stuff and all that, she's like a direct counter to Primo, and she's really good on some of the maps. Now, other maps, not as much. Brawl Ball, she can break the walls and everything, and she is a very solid pick. So that's why we have her at number 15. So number 14 here, we have Rico. Now, Rico is number 1 in my heart with this skin. I love his loaded Rico skin. I think it's the absolute best in my opinion. But we kind of pushed him down the ranking a little bit because it's a combination of things. He did receive a buff in the last balance change, but with the addition of global launch and those wider maps, that hurt him really bad. They did buff to compensate for that, but now they kind of released a brawler that's a really good counter to him, and that's Gene. And with Gene at max level, or when they're similar levels, you can 3-shot a Rico. And so when I was pushing up Gene and Bounty and I saw a Rico, I was so happy because he's so easy to just destroy with his low HP. And another brawler that shot up the ranks that's similar to Dynamite was with like the Mortis. Mortis shot up there and he's a really good counter to Rico. So number 13, we have Penny. Penny used to be dominant, but I think people kind of maybe, I don't know why I feel like she's lost a little bit of her amazingness from before. Maybe it's just like the other brawlers got a little better, or the meta just kind of shifted away in a different direction than her, but she's still a good pick. She's still very good in the bounty. She's gonna gem grab. So number 12, we have Barley. They changed him a lot in the last balance change, but it's just kind of like the same fundamental thing with so many Mortises rocking around, and that's a direct counter to Barley. But the thing with Barley is he's more versatile than Dynamite because Barley is a lot easier to play and hit your shots and deal damage. So that's why I always think Barley is going to have the edge on Dynamite, unless Dynamite just becomes insane, like does some crazy damage or whatever. He's right in the middle. I think that's where he needs to be. And number 11, this one, we have the new Brawler. We have Gene. This may be too high. I don't think it's too low, but it's nice that you guys know when Leon came out, Leon was number one. Best Brawler in the game, overpowered, dominating. With Gene, he's like balanced, and I think a lot of you agree as well. And he's just very good in Bounty. I personally think that's his best mode, because he can 3-shot Brock. He can anything under like 4,000, he's gonna 3-shot, which is nice, or like 4,200. But it's really awesome because he just can get that Dragon Bounty too, get those high bounties. But the thing with Gene, and I do think some changes need to be done, maybe with his super, maybe he gets it faster, maybe it does more damage, maybe the range is a little bit wider on it, because it's kind of devastating if you miss it. But his star power too, it doesn't do too much. But I feel like this is a good spot, because just with his damage alone that he can do, it's really good. He can be pretty solid in gem grab too, dragging those like an unexpected gem carrier. So I think this is a good spot for Gene. It's like right in the middle as well. Number 10 is Jessie. Her turret, healing up that turret is so frustrating, and it is so annoying. And she's pretty solid. She's good at a gem carrier, like very good as a gem carrier now. And it's like that turret, just when she heals it up, is crazy. Now, if you don't have the star power, I would drop her a few slots for sure. But she is just really good, and that's why we have her at number 10. I don't think much needs to be said about her, except for she can be good. She actually can play in Bounty now. Gem grab good. Showdown, she's okay. Brawl ball, control, awesome, very good. So Jessie number 10. Number 9, had Poco here. He had a buff to his star power, and I think this will actually helped a lot too. When you shoot your Brawler now, or shoot your teammate Brawler with your main attack when you have the star power, they gain 500 health, which is pretty significant. A lot of clutch saves with him. His super, the Serenade Poco skin just looks amazing too. I feel like Poco just solidified himself as a better, like, it used to be kind of like Penny and Jessie were better than him as a gem carrier, but now I think it's the other way around. Like, Poco is just nasty. He can actually be playing some of the bounty maps too. Like, there's a strategy going around where it's like Pam, Poco, and Daryl. Just the heals are crazy, and Daryl, he'll go in and Poco just heals him up. So he's good in Brawl Ball too. Gem grab, pretty good in showdowns. So I don't know what else to say about him. I just think he's a very good brawler right now. Number 8, we have Tara. Still the best super in the game. Way overshadows Gene's super, because it's so much. I think it's way better. Can drag multiples. It does a lot of damage. The one thing with her though, she doesn't get it as fast, but she does have piercing, and she does a ton of damage up close. And I just feel like she's just better in a little bit of like other game modes, and she can break the walls too. So Brawl Ball, Gem Grab, those are the main 2 you want to stick to with her, but she is very proficient in those, and then even in the showdowns as well. So she's really good. How can you rank Tara lower when she has that great super? Number 7, we have Nita. This is another one of my favorite brawlers, and she hits hard. I feel like the change to her attack animation feels like it hits harder than what it does, but just having that, you can kind of like shoot around corners with her. Nasty. The bear is just really solid. She's a pretty solid counter to the Mortis too, so she's up here. I really do like Nita, and I don't know what else to really say about her. She's good in like gem grab. She's good in Brawl Ball. The Showdown, she can be really good as well in too. So those are the 3 I've mainly stick to with her, but she's just so good in them. And now number 6, I really like this one. It is Brock. Gem grab, maps you can play him on. You can play him in Heist, a lot of the maps now. Bounty, amazing. And he can play in pretty much any mode. You can do him in Brawl Ball if you wanted to too, and then he's good in Showdown. Brock is just overall good in a lot of modes, and that's why we have him number 6. Number 5 is Mortis. He is, oh my god, he was near the worst. These changes to his star power, he is borderline like, oh wait, he is very good. He takes a little while to learn, but he is so nasty. Like, once you learn like to not really auto aim around things, so you kind of just want to manual aim wherever you're going, unless you really need to spam shots quick. His super, just the regeneration with him. Once you get his star power, the dude does not die. He's good in Bounty. He is good in Gem Grab. He's so good in the Showdowns. Heist, no, you don't want to play him in. Brawl Ball, he still can. He's not as good in those, but he's just so good in the other modes now. It's crazy. Mortis is very good, and it's so cool to say that. This top 4, or actually I would say these next 3, I really shuffle around a lot, but this was my final. It's still up in the air, but number 4, I guess I have Pam. She is very good. She is, like, any of these top 4 up here, or top 5 really, are just so good. You could really put them in slot and make arguments for anywhere, but Pam, she's played around everywhere now. She's played in Heist. She's even played in the Brownie. She has played in Gem Grab. She has played in Brawl Ball too. It's just her range, her annoying little chip damage. They look, I know they're not wheels, but the scrap metal stuff. I just call them wheels. We call them tires, okay? When the tires hit a brawler, like, she is so good. Plus you have the star power. She just heals and heals and heals. Her turret, you want to place her turret in spots where it's not easy to hit, like maybe on the other side of a wall where you guys can still regen and heal those. So she's really good as a gem carrier. Not much else to say about Pam, you guys know. Number 3, we have Leon. I still think Leon is so good. He does so much damage. It's just, how can a brawler with invisibility not be good? Like, you can just catch people so off guard. Yes, he doesn't shred as much as he used to because they reduce his damage, but he still, and they reduce his super by 2 seconds. But still, 8 seconds is a very long time. And if you have his star power and you have that added movement speed, you still have like no chance to react up close. Now he doesn't like just blow over every single brawler now, but if you still shred, and he does so much damage, and that's why we have to keep him at number 3. Now number 2, this one is a surprise too. It is Daryl. Like, Daryl is so good now. With the changes to Heist, he's good on almost every Heist map. Bounty, very excellent pick here. Brawl Ball, very good too. Gem Grab, amazing. Like, Daryl is overall just good in so many modes. He's kind of like Mortis, where he takes a little bit higher. Well, how do we say this? Like, he takes a little bit to get used to and to learn to play. And if you have that star power, he's so good. And Showdown, he's good as well. How could we not put Daryl number 2? He is so strong. And like I said, if you don't have the star power, we might reduce this a little, but you can play him in almost all modes with confidence, and that's the thing. And that's why Daryl is so good. But number 1, you guessed it, it's Spike. So this dude just does so much damage. With his super and the star power, he can heal himself. Self-healing is always good. And also, it slows the enemy brawler. It's like the best crowd control here. Just throw it down on the map. You get healing, and the other brawlers can barely move. They're walking slow. He does so much damage though with his spikes. That's the main thing. So I've been saying it for a while. Maybe like a reduction to his overall range. He is very squishy though, and Jean can 3-shot him. So Jean kind of is a decent counter if you can maybe drag him or get close to him. But that's if he doesn't kill you first, because his spikes do so much damage. And the annoying chip, he's just good in like a lot of the modes. He's good in like gem grab, showdowns. He's good in Brawl Ball. He can be amazing in some of the maps on Heist. I say some because there's only like 2 or 3. And then or what was it, Bounty? I meant to say Bounty. And in a Heist, you don't really play him too much in Heist. But with just how good he is in the other modes, like, this dude's crazy. Like, his kit is just so good, like his main attack and the super. So I think he's very deserving of the 1 spot. Now, this is just like overall my list here. If you guys, I'm very curious to hear what you guys think of some of the brawlers. If you agree, if you disagree, keep in mind though, this is just where the meta that I'm experiencing up at my trophy range, and with like the star powers too, because I know it's sometimes different if you don't have star powers and everything. But this is the list here. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know some things you might like to change or whatever, and definitely like if you guys like to see this more when we get more balance changes or new brawlers and everything. But the only thing that I'm a little iffy on is maybe I put Jean a little bit too high. But I don't know, I just feel like he's good. I feel like he's balanced, I guess, and I wanted to put him in the middle, so it is what it is. But thank you guys so much for watching. Subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys later.